Welcome to the Real Mama Pod.
I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra.
We are real moms.
Sharing real experiences. The things people don't tell you.
Mama, hey.
Hey, Mama, hey.
How you doing, friend?
I'm well. How are you?
I cannot complain. If this is your first time listening, I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra. Welcome to the Real Mama Pod.
Hey. So we have a guest today, and I'm super, super excited because this person beats our face almost every beat. On top of beating our face, our guest. Okay. And then it's like a therapy chair. So people say our podcast is therapy. People be coming out of the room crying and she has to redo their makeup because they had a whole therapy session, right? And so Katora has been very special to us because she just provides life to our podcast.
And to us, our face, our hair.
Beauty. And she gets us, she like, you about to go out there like that? And I was like, what I need to fix? What do I need to fix? Because that's you telling me I look a mess. But she means it like it's all well. Like it's no like ill intent. She just wants us to look good. And she is the beauty behind our brand. And our guests, like they book her after the fact because that's how good she is.
Yes.
She is currently going viral on TikTok because she be beating her face up, child.
Yes.
And looking amazing. And I am so happy for her success.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to actually have her as a guest now.
Me too. I use Katora outside of the podcast.
Yes,
whenever
it's
I need
been a long time coming because she's gone through a lot. And through that, her beauty still shines. Makeup or no makeup.
You said you did good with that, friend. Snap.
You heard that?
I did.
Drop that. Hashtag, don't steal it. But no, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So I'm so happy to have you here.
Welcome, Katora.
I'm so happy to be here. It's been a long time coming.
Listen.
No, this conversation has been in the works.
We're like, what? We got to make sure it makes sense.
Yeah.
But you got to come on. So
we're happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. So y'all did such a good job introducing me. I don't know what to say now. Like it's me, you know. I am the beauty and the brains of the beauty behind all of it. And I just love y'all. Y'all have always been, since the first time we met, just amazing energy. And like you said, it's a therapy session. I'm boo-hoo crying behind the camera. I'm holding my sponges and brushes, waiting for the tears to drop. So it's just full circle.
Yes,
absolutely.
Full circle moment.
So you said you don't know where to start, but we can prompt you.
That's
so
right.
Tell us about your journey to mamahood.
Oh man, you know what? Starting with the basics, pregnancy was amazing. Pregnancy was amazing for me. I've always wanted to be a mom, so I think motherhood started for me as a child.
Okay.
I'm the second oldest of 8, and second oldest but first daughter. So
you're the mama.
I'm the mama. And helping my parents raise my siblings, helping my parents into adulthood. It's almost like now I'm raising my parents. So it's just, I think that's where mamahood started for me. But in my own individual family and tribe, my first pregnancy was amazing. And it was amazing more in the experience of pregnancy. I think that, things started to dwindle down at some point, but the overall pregnancy, delivery experience, I was completely hands-on. I've been obsessed with motherhood since I was like a kid. So like TLC, how they had that show where the moms are pregnant and you follow their journey. I used to watch that as a kid.
What's the name of that show?
I remember. This brain is too old.
Man, that was my show. Like, love it. So much so that I originally went to FAM to do to become a midwife and help people deliver babies. So now I'm a doula. I have the certification for a doula, but eventually I think that's where I want to maybe move back into, but I'm just obsessed. So the first pregnancy was amazing. I mean, birth plan. I was following YouTubers, other YouTubers on their journey during their pregnancies just to see what my symptoms would be. I mean, I was just super intentional. And then the second pregnancy was quite a surprise. I think for my first pregnancy, I definitely showcased it online. It was, a celebration. But the second pregnancy, part of the reason why I think there wasn't that same experience is because I didn't find out until I was halfway through.
Oh wow.
Miss Girl, she had been in there.
How does that happen?
You know, and you hear those stories, but I never thought it would happen to me. And I think where I got messed up is that my OB had told me, you know what, breastfeeding is a natural contraception and you'll be fine as long as you keep breastfeeding. And I was exclusively breastfeeding. There was no, the whole thing. And, one day I'm back to my adult activities and I threw up and I was like, oh, well, I'm good. Maybe the meat was just bad, whatever. No, I go to the clinic just to see what's going on. And they were like, it's a girl. I said, not just I'm pregnant,
but the girl
sex in there. She's waving, and because I think I still carried weight from the first pregnancy, my body was still getting back on track. Like I don't think I had a cycle.
Because when you're nursing, your cycle.
So I'm just like I'm good. Like I keep rolling with this. Oh no, I'm in here. We about 3, almost 4 months here.
Wow,
like, we in this. Yeah. So to quickly kind of like reset and do it all over again. I mean, it was good. It was still a good pregnancy in terms of like the experience. Because it happened so quickly after. She kind of just came on right out. She slid on out. Was ready for the world. But
so you have a son.
I have a son,
and then you have your daughter.
Yes, and they are currently 6 and 7. They're Irish twins, so they are the same age for 3 weeks every year. And so I'd be like, they my twins. They hate it, but I do feel like I'm raising twins.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. I feel that way with my boys being 22 months apart.
Yeah,
and it's funny because my sister, she was 6 months pregnant and didn't know for her first pregnancy. I mean, stomach flat, doing photo shoots, living her best life. And she's like, I'm pregnant, y'all, and ended up having a 10-pound baby.
Wow.
I had no idea she was pregnant.
I don't understand.
And then it's funny because once we found out she was pregnant, all the symptoms came out of nowhere.
And you start showing.
Yeah. She happened to go to the doctor because she had this continuous stomach ache.
Meanwhile, that's a baby in there.
She's like, I'm just sleeping so much and my stomach always hurt. And I'm just like,
meanwhile,
girl, pregnant.
And nobody put 2 and 2 together.
Nobody.
No,
not one
no
not
period.
Even herself.
No.
Her cycle is like inconsistent. So it was hard to tell because sometimes it's on and then sometimes it's off. So she didn't think anything of it. So hearing that, it's funny. And then being the second oldest girl, I really identify with you because that's just it's
different.
Being the oldest girl in general and then parenting your parents and your siblings, like
life haze.
How are your sibling relationships? Because for a while, for me, we struggled a long time because of that power dynamic that was not necessarily something I desired or asked for, but was given to me. And so we didn't get along for a long time until adults when we kind of unpack some things. And even then, it's still hard. Struggle. Like they still hold me into this like category and they call me Mama Dev and it kind of like irritates me. And even my mom does it and she's like, you're my mom. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I don't want that responsibility.
I don't want that title.
Please, y'all let me be. And so I wanted to get your opinion on that. Like,
when we were younger, our parents definitely raised us as you don't need no friends. Your siblings are your friends. Like I said, second of 8. Yeah. So we were all raised together. Big old house. We got dogs. We got, so things. That whole thing. But as we grew older, we all kind of grew apart and everybody is kind of still central, but everybody has their own lives going on. And I think that I still have to show up in that in that regard. And it kind of sucks in a way because I feel like I'm the test dummy for a lot of things that happen. And it's like, well, I didn't get the best experience, but I'll make sure that you guys do. So it definitely still has its challenges, and I'm still expected as the oldest and as an adult to always fix the problems first. So it's a thin line to kind of
it's hard to navigate. I've complained to my husband about that. Like I'm the oldest daughter. I just have one sibling, but he said stop always having a solution for every problem. And it's like naturally I'm like, if something's wrong, okay, here's how we fix it. And he said stop, if you have the idea, it's fine, but you don't always have to share that because people become dependent on you solving the problems all the time. So I'm working on that. Maybe y'all can try it if you haven't already.
What? I will say that concept I don't care for it in the regards to my siblings, but I do love it in regards to being a single parent and raising my kids. Like, I am a problem solver. I have to figure it out. So that mindset, I'm like, you know, it's quick to solution when I'm dealing with my kids and our family dynamic. But, you know, with my adult siblings, y'all gonna have to figure that out.
Absolutely, for your kids.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, for a lifetime, your lifetime, you will always want to solve their problems, even if they should solve them themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Naturally, you're their mother. But with, like you said, adults, grown people, grown kids, nah, I'm gonna need you to try to figure it out.
This.
Yeah, you got this. Right. You got this. So
that's true. So speaking of like mamahood, where are you right now? Like, how would you describe where you are?
I think that, first of all, I've been in deep reflection recently, and I think that I've been thinking about motherhood and what that looks like for me, and it is completely different than everything I had dreamed or envisioned, and it's not in my control. You know, I've had to release over the last, you know, few years, release a lot of control of what I thought, you know, in terms of expectations, how I'm going to parent. And honestly, it just feels like I'm sitting back and watching a bad movie. Like, I think that individually, outside of some of the dramas that I may experience, my children are absolutely amazing, and I still see the innocence in them. But, you know, sometimes it just feels like I'm just watching them to, you know, see where it falls. There's not a lot of control I have in my situation. And that might be a mindset thing. And so for me, I have to figure out outlets where I do have control. I'm a Virgo, so naturally I gotta be in control of what's going on. And when it's not, it just feels like a lot. But yeah.
So you mentioned that you're in some circumstances right now. What led to where things are with your current situation?
So with my kid's father, it was a long-term relationship, but it was also my first relationship. It was out of high school, you know, just, it was my first everything. So I don't know any better. I don't have anything to compare it to. And as a child, I was very whimsical. I was very, oh, this is a fairy tale, and this is going to be like perfect for the rest of my life. The selling point was his family. They were just absolutely amazing. And so I thought I could make everything work. But how we got here is I stopped being a pushover. You know, I stopped allowing someone to tell me what to do. And with a younger mind, I thought that's what you were supposed to do. And I can't really say that's necessarily was my example fully. But that's what I wanted. I wanted a leader. I wanted, you know, somebody I could follow. And so I had to stop being a pushover. And when I stopped and I created boundaries, we ended here. And I can't even say ended because it's still going on. But that's how we got here.
And what exactly is the circumstance right now?
So currently I am in a custody battle with over the custody of my children. I currently have full custody of them, full parental custody over them, but there's visitation involved. And we have like equal say of certain things. But so I have full custody over them. Every other weekend they're gone, and you know we get a little break. But currently we're in court, and he wants to take full custody. He that's just what it is. I can't say I know where it comes from. There has been like family changes, so it's like that could be a thing. But also, like I said, I think it just stems from me creating boundaries and saying like, hey, you can't just do what you want to do, or I do have a say, or I do, like, I'm not going to just allow you to disrespect me. And so when I started putting my foot down, then I started getting pushback.
What would you say prompted your voice, right? Do you feel like, and this is me kind of like just thinking back and reflecting on everything you said, how you were brought up and all these other things, because I kind of identify with that. Like, want to just have somebody else kind of make decisions because you always had to make decisions, right? But then you realize like, damn, I do have a voice and my voice makes sense. So now I need to kind of not stand up for myself, but like, no, I don't like that. And I don't want to do that. So where do you think the shift or the transition happened to where it turned into like, okay, we can no longer be together because I can't necessarily follow you anymore. You can't respect me as your spouse, right? Because I feel like in a relationship, it should be a partnership. So yes, you may lead in some ways, and in some ways I may lead. But at the end of the day, we come together. It don't seem like that was happening. And so that kind of caused a shift. So where in that part of your relationship that shift happened?
So I think it was a gradual notice of just disrespect. Because I was a pleaser in so many ways, I just kept my mouth shut about a lot of things. Like I said, I had a great dynamic with his family, and so I was using his mom as a sounding board, who had kind of a similar experience with his father, and so it was like, okay, we got something to relate to, and I can take her advice. But when I realized the lies started, and it's lying to other people about what I was doing and what my kids seen, specifically the change happened, and honestly it was a combination of things, but when it came to the kids, I remember my son, and this is when he was maybe 3, 4, and he came to me and he was his father was coming over, and at the time I was still allowing him to come to our house, and he came in, and he's doing all the things that just aren't within our relationship boundaries. And my son goes, "Ooh, you're loving on mommy the way you love on someone else." And I was like, "Oh, that's not okay. That's not okay." And I'm a person who is open to a lot of different things. So I was like, okay, well, maybe do we need to have another conversation? Right. Are you maybe poly? Do you maybe, because that's a different conversation. That's a different thing. But if those are not the things that you subscribe to, but this is what my children are seeing, and we there's no real conversation we can have about it, and we lying about it, it didn't sit well with me. On top of, at the time, I felt like I was a complainer. I felt like I repeated conversations to friends, and I lost friendships because of that, because I'm complaining about the same thing. And my friends at the time were like, you realize this is what this is. You realize that we keep having the same conversation. You're not doing anything different. And when I realized hey, I'm losing my friendships because of this, and these people mean so much to me. At the time, they're a part of my village. I love these people, and they're pulling away from me because of my actions. I was like, something has to change. So that definitely sparked me saying, okay, enough is enough. Let's have a conversation. And I just put my foot down. I said, it's just, we can't do this anymore. We can't do the back and forth. And around that time, another dynamic was introduced of spiritual manipulation, and saying that, you know what, I had a dream last night and God told me to get my family back. Gotcha. And my response to that was, God didn't give me that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He didn't give me that. Yeah. Matter of fact, I prayed to God, and then we immediately got into a car accident. So I was like, it was just too many things that
many signs,
and it was enough for me. It was enough. And I was like, I think that the way that people behave in life always comes back around. I don't want to be in the way of your karma. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to be a part of it. So I had to just, I had to cut ties.
So he wasn't responsive to, or he didn't respond well to you saying, I've drawn the line here.
No,
I'm done.
I think because with the history of being the first and all the things, and people are like, they'll always ask how did he even get this far? And I'm just like, that charismatic energy. He's from the islands. It's just this macho, and it's just looking back at it, I just had blinders on.
And he knew that he was your first for
he knew everything. The things. And again, having those close relationships with families, and it was always a conversation y'all can make it work. And, so all of those things combined, all of those things combined.
You mentioned the observation that your son made, and he's now 7. How, and your daughter's 6, how are they receiving where things currently sit with you and their father?
Well, to be honest, because it's such a delicate situation we're in with court, I've never been the type to try to prompt my children or have inappropriate conversations with them. I want them to stay as innocent as they can possibly be. So I don't try to try to have conversations that may sway their opinion about things. It's more about how you feel, how is anybody treating you, and you know what those conversations look like, and allow them to come to me about it. I lost my.
It's okay.
I'm losing my train of thought.
It's okay.
How are they dealing with it, right?
Yeah.
They were previously in therapy. I thought it was important for them. I was seeing a lot of behavioral changes, more specifically in my son. I think that boys just naturally take after their dads. And so because dad was always in front of the children debating everything I said, my son started debating. And if mom's position is different than dad's position, then we got a problem. And so I was like, okay, we need to go ahead and introduce therapy. And I reached out to the school to see what, resources they had. And apparently the other parent did too. So we, got that working, and they were fully functioning in therapy. We're getting it together, and then he just pulled them out. And I just didn't think it was fair for me to try to take over that responsibility. I don't never want to put my children in a position where they don't feel comfortable talking about things. And I think that they know that the situation is sensitive. So it's like, oh, I can't say I miss daddy. Even though it's not a reaction you're going to get from me, but it's sensitive,
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, there was a huge change with my son's physical appearance. I sent him away one weekend to go visit dad. He came back with no locks. My son has had his locks since he was 1 year old.
Yeah.
Like, we're a locked up family. Dad has locks. So it was just a strange thing to do, So how they're coping with it, to be honest, I don't think they're coping with it well. I think that they need to speak to someone. And I don't think that I have the tools. I know that, I'll be quite honest, I know I'm not mature enough. I'm not mature enough to not feel one-sided about something, especially if, how do you explain, like, daddy, he doesn't lie.
Yeah.
I can't say, so I allow them to come to their own conclusions. Because, for example, with the hair situation, he was told that I said it was okay. So it was like, well, did he lie?
Yeah.
And I said, well, you can come to that conclusion on your own.
Yeah.
I can't give you the words. Like, I just never want to be that person.
Were you honest with him and say mommy did not?
I said mommy did not. Okay. But I'm also not introducing you to adult conversation, because all of this was written. This was all written conversation. Yeah. So I don't want to have, and it's just a very delicate thing.
Yeah.
It's very delicate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And so there was no permission asked from you, no heads up.
I was told afterwards. I was told that, hey, me and our son came to a decision, and it's a hygiene thing. And I'm just like,
but he has locks.
You could have taken him to your loctician.
He has locks.
And we had previously spoke about this. A couple years ago, he had introduced the idea, and I was like, no, because it was a maintenance thing. He wanted his hair freshly done every 2 weeks. My son is very kind of tender-headed. He has he had freeform locks, and he didn't really like a lot of manipulation. And so I had to force him into a routine of every 2 weeks you have to. And he started to dislike his own hair when it was no problem before. And instead of, in my opinion, maybe pouring into your son and saying how much you should appreciate, the same thing that I have, look how I take care of myself. Let me show you how I take care of myself. And I, gave him that idea. He said, no, they with you, so you need to figure it out. He cut it off, and, but it's going to grow back. I hate to say that, because that was what I got. It was, that gaslighting aspect of it's just hair to grow back. And although that may be a fact, it's more than hair. It's culture. It's, we all have locks. So,
and it's the principle too of not having to say, being his mom, and not being included in those conversations.
Definitely.
So,
and that's a big decision.
That's a big decision, especially
and, just culturally, we just do things a little differently. I don't know how other people do hair, but when you cut off your hair, you're supposed to take that home and burn it. You're not supposed to just leave it at the barbershop. It's just certain things are just not respected. And all, unfortunately, in the name of God, on the other end, that spiritual manipulation, even so much so that those are the conversations I'm having with the kids. Yeah. Like, do you believe in Jesus? And you don't have angels watching over you because that's what Dad said. So it's just, how am I supposed to?
The kids that angels are not watching over you.
Wow. Okay. Resources. We've talked. You briefly talked about resources, and I think since the pandemic, there has been a lot of separations with families. Yeah. Statistics show that, right? People don't work out for whatever reason, but unfortunately, some people are in a situation that you're in with custody battles, which is not easy. Me being in the role that I am, sometimes I have to deal with parents who are going through the same things. What are some resources that you've used that have been helpful, or what are some processes that you use? What are some things that's difficult? Like,
I'll be honest, it's a laundry list. I'm a researcher. If things are, you know, problem solving, it's like, where can I find the help? The biggest help has been my village. Like, for me mentally. Definitely my village. When this situation hit, I was like, I'm not, as a oldest daughter, I'm not the typical person to ask for help. It's usually I'm being asked for help. So I had to be humbled and say, you know what, I'm gonna need help. So I posted a GoFundMe and I was like, I need help. And someone came through, I posted it. I don't even think it was up for 48 hours. And she was like, covered. So that was just a blessing. And honestly, things have just been moving up since then for me financially and within my career. So after that, I would say therapy. I was in therapy previous to the court situation. And so just, I really have to hone in on my tools, and I definitely do have to go back to therapy. Like this is a little different. This is more intense. And it's like, you would think with a custody battle that, maybe you slow down on some of the things that's not too, not the best things to do, but it just seems like it's getting worse.
Right.
So I definitely got to consider going back to therapy. I would say resources for the children, because they were taken out of therapy, and I don't have too much of a say. It's, again, leaning on my village for my friends who have children and play dates and just really setting a routine. We do movies every Tuesday. Like, we just have our things. And making sure that they're always loved. We do daily affirmations on the car ride to school. And just showing them that they're loved. I think that part of it, there's also a fear factor for me, because you just don't know how these things will go. And I'm just holding on to every little piece I can. So I just don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And I love my baby. So.
And you're doing the very best that you can. Devin and I we've been around for at least a year almost at this point, and we've seen you go through this journey, and you do it so graciously. And I want you to know that you're loved, you're supported, and you are doing the very best that you can. And I'm sure your babies know, and they love, and they appreciate you, and even their father knows. He knows your character. He knows how you mother them. He even knows the things that he's doing. Right? So we're not going to go down a rabbit hole on him, but I want you to feel affirmed in knowing that you are doing your best, and God has you covered. Those angels that he spoke of that didn't exist, they there. Okay? Yes.
They be watching over me. They don't play.
They don't play about you.
Blessings, honey.
God does not play about his children. So we're not even going to go down that hole. But I hope you know that you have us. God has you. And y'all are going to be good. You will be. You and your kids, y'all are going to be good.
Okay? I will say, ever since this happened, I didn't have the resources when it just came out of nowhere. I just didn't. And so I stopped and I prayed, and I said, man, listen, I can't control none of this. I'm going to have to just give it up. And I have been walking in faith this entire journey.
Amen.
I don't know how it's going to come, where it's going to come from, how I have the energy to just get up every day, because, when I originally started therapy, I was dealing with the after effects of postpartum depression. I had postpartum depression and didn't know it. And when I leaned on that community, I was told, well, none of the women in my family have ever had that. Like, they just went right back to work. And I didn't know any better. At the time, you know, because it was years of mistreatment, I had a strained relationship with my family. So I didn't feel comfortable saying anything. There was, you know, and so just thinking back to that, it's like, I didn't even take care of myself. And so after years of depression and going into therapy and realizing that's what it was, it's very hard in these times not to revert back to that mental space.
Like, God has, when I tell you, and this is a lived testimony for me, God puts you in places that requires you to only lean on him. Like, that's all you got. You have your friends, you have your family, you have your village, but they cannot fix your problems. All they can do is support you in whatever circumstance you're going through. But in the end, God he has you so covered. There are things that he has prepared for you that you have no idea about. Amen. So you just claim all that. You say, thank you, Lord, for whatever is coming. And you continue to stand on the faith that you've been standing on.
Your faith will be tested and tried.
Ooh, yes, there are so many people that in that Bible that struggled. I'm telling you.
I'd be like, hey, big man. You know, listen, now, come on now. Like, you know me. You're like, we've been talking for years. We good. Like, I don't, you know. And, you know, there have been times when I've been mad with God. Like, give me, like, can I have a better sign? Like, I need it. Like, I need clear. I'm sorry. I'm a visual person. I need.
Same.
My love language is words of affirmation. I need a clear message. Like, big dog, help me.
He wants to make things very ambiguous so you can stay in his word.
So you can stay
and stand firm on your faith.
If things was easy, you wouldn't stay.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, I got what I need. Done. And you would keep it moving. You forget all the things that you're supposed to do. So he has to keep us humbled. And just keep us where we will always rely on him. Because if not, we will forget easily. So with that, I wanted to touch on something, just going back a little bit of that dynamic of talking to our parents and getting advice. And I don't think this is talked about enough. And so that's why I want to talk to you about it, just because it is a dynamic that plays in our role. And a lot of times we depend on older generations and their experiences are not ours. And the things that they've done is really unacceptable. And they shouldn't have stayed, even though they did. And then they tell us to stay. And I think of that that movie role in Waiting to Exhale when she said, he's a good man, Savannah. And it you know, I just saw it on like TikTok or something, and I'm just like, that is so crazy. This man is doing all these things to her, and the mama is saying still stay because he got a good job and he could provide. But what is he doing for me emotionally? You know, mentally, physically, even that financial piece.
Let's not touch on that.
Right, that financial piece.
We're gonna move on past the physical.
But that financial piece is such a small part. And because you show up for your kids, because what society, you change a diaper, you a good daddy. That's not true. That's not true.
You're being a dad.
You're being a dad. You're being a parent.
Right.
You're being a parent. Because I don't get a round of applause for changing a diaper, burping a kid, nursing, nothing. You're supposed to do that. And it's so crazy. And I know I'm going on a rant. I'm going to stop so you can answer the question. But Jared and I, we could be in Home Depot, right? I'm struggling with the carts. Nobody stopped to help me and say, good job, Mom. You're doing great. You're in Home Depot looking for something. And I'm going to say Lowe's. Scratch Home Depot. Okay, Lowe's. Okay. Lowe's. I'm in Lowe's. Okay. Repaint the picture. And they're like, I'm struggling. And this man asked me, no lie, was like, you all right? Like, looking at me like I'm crazy for being here with two carts because the kids, both of them want to be in a cart, right? That's a different story for a different day, right? So I'm like dragging the carts, right? Jared going there. This time there's like they have these little bed things and you're such a good dad. Look at you. You're handling that with grace. People holding doors, nobody held the door for me. Okay. So it's like older generations have this concept of staying when we should not. We should be telling our kids, if you're not happy, if your mental health is not strong, it's okay to go. It's okay to start over. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard as hell. but you only have one life to live. And I think our generation is undoing those stories. And I think our kids are seeing that. That's too. What I was like, are you happy today, mommy? Just little things like that, you know, because they understand how happiness is within and not with another person. Correct. So just wanted to get your take on that. I know I went on a rant.
Give me the original question, friend.
So, right, because I was all over the place. With that, like getting advice from elders, like how does that play? And how did that play on your decision making?
Yeah.
Right?
So, you know, because it was such a long, like, I can't say relationship, but such a long knowing of this person, that relationship went through so many phases of strained relationship with my parents, then we're good, and best relationship with his mother, and then now we're not. And so, you know, those, I feel like that changes. I think that I don't necessarily put an elder's point of view before anybody else's. I think that, for example, with my parents, my mom was a young mom having us. Like, she had 5 kids by the time she was 21. She, you know, she was a young mom. So she grew up with us. And so I'm expecting to get all of this sound advice from someone who's still growing up with me. And not to say anything wrong with her standpoint, but it's not the reality I want to live. So I take everybody's response with a grain of salt. You know, I lean so much on my mother-in-law, and I do still call her that out of respect, because she was my co-parent at one point. When I lived in New York, I lived with her. Like, she supported me. I don't take away those experiences, but realizing when I went to her about what those situations were, and then also realizing she still held space for a man who had divorced her and was still with the woman who he left her for, it just kind of put things in a little context that you might not have the sound mind that I need to lean on. So, and that's okay. That's quite all right. I can still respect you and love you, but I don't think I should be coming to you for advice.
Because you don't want that out.
No. and to still give me that advice to, hey, keep trying. You know, she ain't a wife yet. Like, it's just those little innuendos. And so I had to realize, I don't know if you're really fighting for me. Or if you're fighting for the old you. Like, are you trying to, you get what I'm saying? Like, when I realized how much our stories added up together, I was like, I can't be you, baby. I can't, and I won't. And that was something that I made very clear, not only to my kid's father, but to his mother. I don't want to be you.
Oh.
Not 30, and he used to make jokes. You're gonna be just like my mama. Who?
Not me,
baby. I'm outside. No, I'm not. You ain't got to worry about that.
Child.
No, I don't want. Our whole purpose is to do better than our parents. And although they probably leaned on emotion or whatever the times that brought them, I don't want to make those same mistakes, because we, as the adults, have issues because of that we have to work out. And my job is to create the best humans out of these babies that I'm raising. Well-rounded.
And you don't want your children seeing you stick it out.
No.
And that gives them context of, if I'm in a hardship and I'm not happy and my physical and mental health is not prioritized because I stuck it out, it's okay.
I couldn't imagine telling my baby girl
to stay.
Girl, what the hell?
Because we pulling up together.
Right, pulling up together. He did what? He said what?
See, and I also was raised on a slightly different dynamic. Like, my mom, there was a period where my mom kind of coddled my brothers, and you know, they all.
Oh, baby, that ain't no period.
That's a different podcast for a different day.
But I will say,
with these boys,
she has switched up in her older years, where she don't accept any of her sons half stepping.
Okay, that's good.
She don't accept it. Like, if my brother does something to his wife that she don't like, she calling him out on it, and I'm not messing with you until you figure it out and you get it together. So you know, people will often say, you know, based on the relationship or the non-existent relationship I have with my mother-in-law now, like, oh, y'all was so close, you know, but that was her son. That's her son. Like, she's supposed to. My mom ain't like that.
Right.
She will cut her child off. My mom raised me with, we are women first.
I love that.
We are women first. Any woman who comes in that it's related to, you know, with any of my brothers, she will say, hey, baby, listen, let me talk to you. You sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a woman first.
That would be me. I feel like that would be me. Like, you're not about to be out here. We need to hold these men and boys now accountable. We definitely need to break that generational whatever it is, because my brothers can still do no wrong in my mother's eyes. Like,
that's my greatest fear.
I'm like, girl, he said he did what? Let me have done that. You've been sitting up here giving me a whole lecture. But my brothers cannot do any wrong when it comes to my mom.
Same for my brother.
So, but I'm like, not these boys. Not
you don't
boys.
treat me the same way.
No. We got to do better. Like, I just, my greatest fear is raising a son I wouldn't be proud of. And, you know, putting all the facts on paper, I don't know if anybody would be proud of all the actions that my kid's father have actually taken. And I don't think they have the full story.
Yeah, they probably
don't.
I
think that, you know, it's all warped. I'm not a part of it anymore. Right. There's no narrative for me. So, you know, it's just, you can only go off what you know. But I don't think they would be proud.
Yeah.
I don't. I would hope not.
Yeah.
You know.
Or they'll find a way to make an excuse, unfortunately. Depending on her age. They would
She probably would, but still.
Yeah,
you know.
Unfortunately.
So as we wrap things up, and we focus on you now, how is your physical and mental health?
Mentally, you know, I'm going day by day.
Yeah.
I am. I'm trying to use the tools that I learned. And like I said, I'm in search of a new therapist. So we'll take it there. But it's really, I have leaned so much on self-care. So much on self-care.
Girl, you look good.
You're glowing, honey. You're glowing.
I go to the spa.
Okay,
I got a
spa
house
girly.
nanny. Y'all better get y'all one. Let me tell you, I had got that from my good girl Samaya. Right? She has said, I don't remember when I was watching her or something, but she was saying the little things of self-care. She's like a housekeeper. And I was like, a housekeeper is expensive. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Not if you get the right one.
Yeah.
Not if you budget for it. So I love like the simple things of the self-care. One of the biggest ones has been my weight loss. For years, and I know people on the outside be like, girl, what? Like, but I really thought I was a big girl, like big bone, like just big girl. Big bone. Big, you know? And so I was like, you know, for years I wanted to get my weight together. And so this year I was like, the devil ain't winning. I'm gonna get it together. And I have. And so I've lost 40 pounds so far.
Nice.
So I'm still going.
Yes.
You know, so I'm just really just moving into it. I'm just like, I'm so excited for 2025.
Yeah.
I really am. There has not been many years that I've been excited for the new year. You know, and I think it was 3 years ago, I started spending the new year with Samaya.
Okay. She'll do it every time.
I started spending the new year with her, and 3 years ago, there was a change. 3 years ago this year, there was a big change. And she's like, just come to Tallahassee. And I'll be quite honest, she was friends with me longer than I was friends with her. So I'm like, you want me to spend, you want me to spend New Year's with you? But it was the most validating experience I had.
She would do that.
I had, and I was like, every year I gotta spend a new year with her. I have to bring it in. Like, even we have our kids, our schedules are aligned. It's just such an alignment.
She has the ability to speak life into you in all like things. Me and Devin have these concepts. She said, oh, you can do this, you can do that. And she just brings so much life.
Definitely.
To all the things.
She just spruces it up every single time. She's like,
light.
That's good, but
if you think about it like this. And then this. And then you do that, like this.
Then you get this.
So, like I was saying, the new year, I'm just really excited for it because this year I could not have imagined all the things that I've accomplished. Like, I never thought I would lose weight. I never thought I would be going viral on TikTok. I never thought I would make money from social media.
See, that's God showing up for you.
God showing you that He's still present.
Showing up.
Yes.
I got it.
Right.
Yes.
I feel blessed. And I had to realize I had to come out of a space of being a victim. Like, although that may be a part of it, that's not my full story. I refuse. So I had to realize, okay, you got to start thinking a little differently. What can you control? What outlets can you do? Like, I'm so excited for the new year. I'm going to get me a tiny bus.
Okay. A
little schoolie. We going to be caravanning across the United States. I got to get out, and I feel trapped in life. So these outlets are just, I wouldn't make it without it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it without it.
I'm happy for your new journey.
And you deserve everything that is coming your way. No matter what you're going through, you are deserving. Okay? So take it all.
I receive.
Be outside.
Hey,
be in the woods. We're going to catch one of these trips. We're going to get on one of the camping trips. Yeah.
We usually do camping. We just didn't do it this year.
Yeah. We go at least once a year, but this year has been so rough on us. Like,
yeah, it's been a rough year.
Hit after hit after hit.
I'm going to send y'all a little, I think it was an Instagram or TikTok video that we want to do.
Okay.
Send it.
Yes. And maybe we could record or something.
That would be so amazing.
Yeah, we could redo our camping episode.
Yes, that last camping episode.
It was a hot mess.
Y'all had an episode?
Yeah.
I gotta go watch that.
It was like 10 people.
It was no video. It was just audio because the camera got too hot.
It was so ghetto.
It was a hot mess. It was ghetto, but the content was
It was cool though.
But it was cool.
We set up all, like, just imagine microphones, roadcaster equipment,
kids in the back,
kids running in the background.
They were taking a nap, but they got up
while we were recording. Hot tents in the background, just all the things.
It was hilarious though. So we could definitely redo it. Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay, so what we got next, friend?
Oh, it's Mama Juice time. Hey.
What's Mama Juice?
So if this is your first time listening, Mama Juice is my favorite segment of the show because y'all know I love a good cocktail. But we keep it in mock today because Couture does not drink alcohol, which I respect. But I asked my good sis, I said, well, what kind of juice do you And she said, I love mango. And I was like, okay, so it's giving fruity. So we have a mango and pineapple juice mixed with ginger beer. And I sprinkled a little holiday in there and put some cranberries. So it's good. It's real cute. So this drink is called The Battle Is Not Yours. It's the Lord. We drinking our mocktail for the Lord.
Yes, we had to make it a little clean.
It's a little water right now, but
you
get to it. But seriously, it's a good drink. If you want to make it a cocktail, you can add a little gin or you can add some rum. This would be a good rum drink. Yeah, I think rum. Let's go with rum. Okay. You can do a white or a dark rum. It doesn't matter. But yes,
I'm mad at it. You know, I like a little flavor, but like drinking is just, it's not my thing. I realized when I went to college that I only started drinking because other people were drinking. And I was like, I actually don't like the way it tastes. Yeah. Like, I don't like the way it makes me feel. And honestly, on my weight loss journey, there's a lot I can't handle anymore. So alcohol is one of them. It just turned me right around. So
And as we get older, alcohol, like our body reacts to it differently. Like I don't drink as much as I used to.
Yeah, and I noticed too, like you have to buy the high quality stuff for your stomach to like handle.
Expensive habit.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It is an expensive habit.
Yeah, I don't really. I've never been like a.
It is, I do know.
She got a whole bar. So
there are only certain. I'm not there. I'm not going to call out the brands that I don't. I understand. Because you never know what kind of blessings may come. But
to my blessings. So if this is your first time listening, Mama's Corner is my favorite segment. And so this is our opportunity to connect with our guests further or to ask a question from what you guys wrote to us via email. If you want to write us, you can email us at mama@therealmamapod.com. But I want to close out with some words of encouragement, okay? We're ending on a positive note, because we're going to always turn a negative to a positive.
Every time.
Okay? Every single time. And so what are some words of encouragement? Because when I think of this episode, I think of 3 women right now that I know that's going through something very similar. And so what do you say to them, Mama?
Faith is number one. That's the first thing that comes to mind because that's the thing that has gotten me where I am. Trust in your instincts, trust in your inner self, doing the work, not slacking. I think that was my downfall of just slacking a little bit. Like, hey, it's gonna stop, so I don't have to say anything. I don't have to tell anybody. Like, I'm embarrassed, so I, just staying on your P's and Q's, and it's work. It's more effort than this whole journey is supposed to be, but staying on top of your shit.
10 toes down.
I'm gonna say that with my staying on top of your shit.
Look at your camera, friend.
Stay on top of your shit.
That's right. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
And don't give up, it sounds like.
Yeah. Don't give up. Definitely. There's definitely days, but creating spaces for rest. You know, I look forward to those every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, when the house is quiet, clean, you know, it's just me and my emotional support dog and laptop. I look forward
your content.
to that. What? So it's just creating a schedule, something like these things, you're so much control that you lose in these, and finding the things that you can control and you can enjoy.
Yeah.
Definitely leaning on self-care in your village.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was really good. Again, we're proud of you.
Yes.
We are on this journey with you.
Yes.
And you stuck with us for life, girl.
Oh, y'all know?
Yeah, but we do.
Yes.
Because you my forever makeup.
Hello, somebody.
So,
Right.
But seriously, and a friend.
Yes.
So I hope you know that we love you.
We love
and
you.
we appreciate you. And we look forward to 2025. That's going to be a glorious year for all of us.
We
We claiming it, Lord. Now,
Lord,
we didn't
please,
struggle for years. We hear you. We got the faith. We hear your word.
We did the work.
We did the work. I've been going to Bible study every Wednesday, Lord. We are claiming good things in 2025 for all of us on this couch and in this house.
Yes.
Yes.
Amen.
We love you. We're here for you. And we know this may have been very hard for you to do this episode, but thank you for your courage, because I know.
Yes. And you did it, girl.
Yeah, you did it.
You
and you
did
only cried
it.
once. I just knew I was going to be crying the whole time. But
Man, you know,
only did it
I
one
set
time.
my face with that one side. I said, girl, she ain't gonna budge. I know she look all right.
She's like,
I'm confident.
Well, y'all makeup still look good.
Yes.
Still
I
look
just
good.
needed it to dry up.
Yeah. You did great.
You still
But
look good.
We love you. Until next time, mamas.
Bye.